Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. So I will try to get a good ending with Marko Solo for this war of mine. Now I like this scenario a lot because it's very difficult. It's not very difficult to beat, but it's very difficult to get a good ending. And you only have one person. So the mood management becomes really important. And you always have to think about resource allocation very heavily. So yeah, let's begin. So when you start out, there is nothing in the shelter. So you don't really have to dig anything, but uh, there are discussions that maybe it affects the mood of the mood of the survivors in the shelter. So it might be good to clean it. Now Marco starts out sick, so the top priority for the first night is going to be finding medication. If he doesn't take medication by day two, then he often gets severely sick on day three. But whether there's medication or not, it depends on the map. So it might be a little hard to predict. So you don't really have to go through any of these piles. You generally there's you're not gonna find anything in any of them. Now we got a house with the big hole, and this is not that great because ladders take more time to go up and down compared to the stairs. There's another like a suburban house that shelter is better. But anyways, you want to take out this uh, door board up because it will actually let Marco take the medication very quickly. So the first night, um, priority one is to get medication. Priority two is to get enough components of wood for bed and metal workshop. Now the ghost house, I think you need a lockpick to get any medication. Semi-detached house, you need either lockpick and shovel, or you need saw blade. So let's go to Rain Villa. This place has medication for sure. There's two scenarios, the couple and soldiers, and the couple is much easier. Soldiers, you can still get medication, but it might be a little hard. So the bed is six components and eight wood, and metal workshop is 10 components and five wood. So we will try to get all of those. Okay, now we got a couple scenario, which is great. So I'm just gonna wait out this woman in the shadows, and when she stands up and leaves, then I'm gonna go into the house. Oh, food is great. Oh, one thing about this scenario is that you don't really have to worry about food all that much. Because there's only one survivor, and there's like a good number of canned food. I'm just gathering everything in a pile here. This is I guess like one of the basics of this more of mind game. Now let's. No, I think there's enough wooden components in the pile, so let's go for the medication. It's at the back in the bathroom cabinet. And here we are. Okay, so two meds are better, but one is okay. Now let's go for some food. I'm not sure if I will take them home or not, but it depends on what other things we have in the pile. Okay, let's just grab all of them, but I probably won't take home any of them. Okay, we have wood. We need a little bit more wood. Okay, we need to wait for this woman to go away. And we also don't have any parts. So parts are good because you can make lockpick afterwards, which could help for night 2. But it all depends on what we have available. Okay, that is enough wood. But the woman's in the kitchen, so we'll try to dodge her. Okay, let's now think what we need. We absolutely need the medication, and we need components for the bed and metal workshop, so we need 16 of them. Then we need a wood for bed and the workshop, so we need 8 plus 5. Now we have a choice as to what to bring other than that. We cannot really build a shovel because we need 7 components and 4 wood. But we can build a lockpick, which is 3 components and 1 part. Now, other than that, uh, we should probably take either. No, Franco will not come until day 6. But we could take canned food because we can consume one on day 2, or we can take medication. It's hard to tell. Okay, let's just take some food. Now we'll go back to the shelter. Okay, once we are in the shelter, you have to act very quickly because time is very important in solo run, and you have to sleep 6 hours a day. So you have to get everything done. Then also have time to go to bed, um, so you can recover from tired state. So we'll take medication first. Then we will probably create a metal workshop, then the bed, then immediately sleep after building it. So this is why we took out the planks from the door, so you don't have to take it out today, because really time is going to be important here. Now, unfortunately, the workshop is in the basement, which is not good for because you have to go there a lot. Anyways, bed is first priority. You want it next to the door because you don't want to waste time attending to the visitors. Now in this run, you don't really need a stove, um, so you can build a metal workshop where the stove usually goes. Um, it depends on the food situation, but usually the first 20 days or so you can easily survive just eating canned food. So stove is not a high priority. You actually what you want to do is you want to rush the rainforest door, because you want to defend towards the tail end of the crime spree, so Marco doesn't get very sad. So day 5, the wood guy with the wood will come. So to not waste wood, you want to be able to build board up. So you need a second level workshop by day 5. For that, you need 14 components, 7 wood, and 5 parts. So tonight's goal, night two's goal, would be to probably find enough components to upgrade this to workshop, and also find enough components to build a shovel probably, because you need to shovel these piles in order to build the board up. So generally, you cannot leave anything in the shelter, but board up is an exception. By designating Marco to build board up and actually not starting it, you can store 2 component and 10 wood in each board up, and this is going to be very necessary because upgrading from the second to third level workshop and upgrading the metal workshop, that will take a lot of resources, and Marco wouldn't be able to carry all of them in one night. On days 2 or 3, um, a guy with 3 canned food will appear. Now Marco doesn't really have. Marco can eat every other day. He doesn't need to eat more than that. So food really isn't all that important in this run. And night 4 is bombardment, so you cannot go scavenge. So if you get very tired before night 4, that is okay because you can sleep that night. Now you see that this is a race against time because it takes 1.5 hours to build 3 lockpicks. So we will finish around probably 12. Then it takes 1.5 hours to build the bed. So we will hopefully finish before 2 p.m. and Marco has to be in bed by 2 p.m. It looks like there's not going to be a visitor, so that helps because visitors take up time, easily 30 minutes or more. So goal of night 2 will be to find enough components to upgrade the workshop, but also to find medication because Marco's still going to be slightly sick tomorrow. If we can find medication, it would be the best. I find that if you take herbal medication, sometimes it heals you, but usually you have to sleep the night that you take herbal medication in order to be in order to be healed. So medication is generally better because Marco will need to scavenge every night. Okay, we got the bed. Now we can sleep. Well, good night. Okay. Now where should we go? We can go to Ghost House, probably. There is going to be some meds there. Loot a gas station, you really want the shovel, and we don't have a shovel, so it's going to be harder. Semi-detached house. If we get traders, that'll be good, but if we don't get traders, then you need the saw blades. So it's kind of a 50-50. St. Mary's Church is generally good. You will be able to get enough materials for a workshop, but you won't be able to get medication. So I think considering all, probably Ghost House is the best. Now we'll take all the important stuff, but I mean just leaving one component and one wood, that is fine. Sometimes there you don't get raided. In those cases you luck out. Now this locked room should have some medication, but sometimes it does not. So let's hope that we'll get lucky. Yeah, I did not. So Marco's going to be slightly sick tomorrow and he won't be able to take medication. What a bummer. But at least he will eat. There is medication in the basement room, but you need subway to get in there. Okay, now we need to think about what to bring home. You definitely need food. You definitely want to take lockpick as well. Then you need 14 components. And you need 5 parts. Excuse me. And you need 7 wood. And the rest, we got 3 spots left, and it's hard to know what we should bring. It's still not enough to get a shovel, actually. um, I mean, we could bring sugar. That would help in trading, but Franco would not come until day 6. Um, if we had medication, it would be much easier. Okay, let's take extra component so we can build more lockpick. And we'll take sugar for trading. There isn't really a right answer. You just sort of make the best guess depending on the situation. Like sometimes you can take extra components of wood back and leave it at the shelter and hope that nobody will come take it. Okay, so today Marco needs to eat, but before that he needs to upgrade the workshop. It's a pity that you cannot move the workshop because that would save a lot of time in throughout the run. See, he's back slightly sick. I think that is okay for now, but he needs to get medication somewhere. So let's hope better places won't open up. Now, if we make, I think, yeah, I have 2 lockpicks, so if I make 3 more, it will be more than 1 power. So I need to consume 1 lockpick. And yeah, I will probably try to use it here because later on you will get an axe and you will want to chop down this furniture so you can get more wood. So upgrade here, open this lock, then make a lockpick, then sleep. That would be the sorry, make lockpicks, eat, then sleep. That would be the order of the day. Oh, we got the can man. So he has 3 canned food. So we will take that. Okay, let's now go eat one of them. And we got 3.5 hours until I have to go to bed, so that should be good enough. Okay, now let's go to bed and sleep. So tonight's priority number 1 is going to be medication again. Um, and possibly the next one is going to be the shovel. But you also need to make sure to get at least 4 components. So you don't waste the wood that Woodman will give you. Night 4 is going to be bombardment, so you won't be able to go. So railway station is a very good location because it has medication, it has a lot of components. Even though I don't have shovel and saw blade, it's still very rich. So we will go there tonight. And yeah, let's bring some trade. units, you don't really need them, but yeah, I might leave them in the train station depending on what we build it. Okay, let's see. The other possible things that we could build are like the heater. You will eventually need two heaters, um, so you can always build one if you don't really know what to build. And the heaters don't need any parts, so it's more forgiving in terms of resources. So a note about leaving items in a location, scavenge location. You don't really want to do that until you start hearing the some areas are blocked off due to fighting. Because if you leave your things in a location and the location gets blocked up due to fighting, then you won't be able to recover it. Once that once the fighting starts, it's pretty safe to leave things because for 10 days or so, you're not gonna, the fighting is not gonna stop. Okay, so I'm gonna make a pile here probably. So it's very important with Marko to build piles because Marko has a big inventory size. So you want to stack things as much as possible. And with nobody guarding, obviously you can't leave anything in the shelter. So resource management is important. Yeah, this homeless guy is non-belligerent, so we can just sort of ignore him. He won't attack unless you attack. Now here is a pile that you can use shovels, and here's a graded gate where you can use a saw blade. The medication should be at the bottom, inside the train. We got herbal meds. Well, I guess that's better than nothing. I was hoping for a real med, but we have to do with what we can get. If you take herbal med and sleep throughout the night, that should heal Marko slightly sick. So it's not bad. And you have to sleep on night 4 anyways. Okay, we got 2 herbal meds. That they stack, so let's take both of them. Now the box that the 2 homeless guys are guarding has 2 wood. So I don't know why they were guarding that. It's not diamond or anything. Okay, now we're at the unified pile, so let's select what we want to bring home. And as usual, you want to bring back food, although because you will need food in day 5, and you won't be able to go out the night 4. And you want to build a shovel, so that's 8 components and 4 wood. Now it does seem like, so you want additional 4 components for the board up. So the guy will give you 20 wood, so you want two components and 10 wood each, so you want 4 components in total for 2 board ups. Now, do I have enough space to make a heater? Heater is 18 components and 6 wood. I think no. But let's just not bring 1 food. So that will give you 18, enough space for 18 components and 6 wood. Okay, so oh sorry, but then I cannot bring any medicine back. Um, if we give up on the shovel, we can. But do you want to do that? I'm not sure. Um, well, we did leave 3 components at home, so let's hope that it will not be taken. If it is not taken, then we can build the shovel. But if it is, then we will forego the shovel for the night. Yeah, these are the things that we have to always think about. But you know, you cannot get everything. Um, so eventually, after starting 3 board up, but not building them because they're used to store wood, and you want to go for the level 3 of workshop. For that, you need 5 parts and 5 electronic parts, along with 30 components and 15 wood, which is going to be a lot. Okay, now we'll stop the video for part 1 and see you guys in part 2.